Hello, everyone, and welcome to an episode of Todd Talks. And Todd Talks, people listen. Mariota! That's Dragon speak for hopefully. Did that work? Are you listening? You part my hair. You might notice that this episode of Todd Talk is sponsored by. No, I'm joking. It's coming to you a little bit earlier than usual. There's a reason for this. I upgraded my membership of Death Battle to the planet level, which means I get to watch it a day early. Why is this significant? Well, sometimes my Mondays are just really, really busy and I need to get things done. But Sundays are usually much clearer for me. So from now on, I will be watching the episodes on Sunday, recording on Sunday, and then posting them an hour after Death Battle airs. That way you're seeing this episode after the fight, no matter what. You're actually saying like, oh, Todd Sky's reaction video up. Yeah, it's up after the fight. I'm giving you an hour buffer. You're welcome. So yes, I have seen The Chosen Undead versus the Dragonborn, aka Dark Souls versus Skyrim, aka Skyrim versus Dark Souls. It's Dark Souls versus Skyrim and Skyrim versus Dark Souls. They put Skyrim versus Dark Souls on the main thing. I don't know why they did that. But yes. And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, it lived up to the hype. And I don't have connections to these characters, so I'm not biased one way or the other. And I was very impressed by how they handled it because, especially with these two franchises, the lore is what you make it. All right, and he even referenced that with Jocelyn. I'll get to her in a sec. But they reference how the lore is, deep and complicated, and you have to truly do everything to understand the scales and level of their power. They even said at the very, very end, gameplay alone does not make clear how powerful the Chosen Undead and the Dovahkiin are. They're honestly kind of scary in just what they can do. And as one of my viewers pointed out to me, because of my very loose understanding of Dark Souls via the wikis I looked into, I underestimated what the Chosen Undead could do via the First Flame and linking the fire and beating Lord Gwyn and everything. He was on a certain universal scale, whereas, as I was correct in noting, Dragonborn was on a much higher scale, because yes, the Dragonborn won, which means I am 1 for 1 this season. Yeah, baby! Adam should have won. No. A little bitter. But, yes, Dragonborn won, and even they noted, I'm going to be saying that a lot, they noted just how interesting this fight was and how you had to do certain things to understand. Like, for example, as I noted in my preview video, the Dawnbreaker sword is meant to kill undead. Well, that's great, but the Chosen Undead isn't your technical undead, and they cited that. Also, even though the Chosen Undead has fought dragons before and killed them, this is the Dragonborn, it's a different kind of thing. So, there's that. And then there was the healing factor, which Dragonborn had better of. I forgot to mention the regenerating mana, which totally makes sense because it's an RPG. You wouldn't want them to heal. So you want them to heal easily versus Dark Souls, which is, your get good kind of game. So all these factors just played into this very unique matchup. I think that's one of the reasons why Liam wanted this fight for so long, and he's been, saying, we gotta do this fight. This is why, because unlike various other franchises we've dealt with in Death Battle, your comics, your movie characters, even your live action characters, they have a hard set lore and scale that you can look into. With these guys, you have to max them out to fully understand their capabilities, their abilities, what they can carry, what they can do, and even then, you still gotta decipher the lore, which at times can be just mind-numbing. I loved Jocelyn coming in and saying, do you know how many posts and videos I had to watch to understand this? Like, that is what Dark Souls is. It's not meant to be like this super narrative that you are engrossed in through cutscenes. It's, you find it where you can, and then you have to have it explained to you, which is the same with Elden Ring. So, and Bloodborne to another extent. But and then even with Skyrim, you can just blaze through the story, or you can take in the entire tapestry of the world and do things like the DLC where you face the first dragon, something I noted, and you build off the lore from there. So there's just so much going on here, and it was really cool seeing the breakdown. And I know I missed some stuff, so I'm sure I'm going to be enjoying it my second run through and third. I would definitely, unlike the first episode, I will definitely be watching this one multiple times. Not the least of which is because of the battle. They really did good on this one. I mean, they did a lot of things I hoped they would do, like with the weapons, the Dawnbreaker. I didn't know about Val's Silence, which is another thing a viewer brought up to me. That was cool how they used that. And the summons, I knew the summons would come into play because, if you have a shout that can summon a dragon, why wouldn't you do that in a fight? And it's a Skyrim dragon. You can easily find one of those. The voice acting, that was a very unique way to use voice acting with the characters being like guided by their various overseers, if you will. And I was worried. There were points where I was honestly worried because I had seen more people pick Chosenborn. In fact, more people picked Chosenborn than I expected on my video. I was expecting like Chosen Undead, and I was expecting a Dragonborn sweep, but it was actually a lot more on Chosenborn than I expected. So all of you lose, including a certain Hedgehog Silver. That means you're 0-2. It's canon. All right? Don't think I forgot about last time. You said Adam, and you were wrong. So get out of your alternate timelines and get into this one where you can be correct. So yeah, 0-2. I'm 1 for 1. But the fight was great. When you dropped the Val's Silence, I honestly thought, oh my gosh, is Dragonborn about to die? I can't go 0-2 again, ladies and gentlemen. I can't. And I didn't. But seeing that this was really just about power and not being able to kill the Dragonborn, despite the fact that you only need to kill him once, was something that I noted. And one of my viewers did point out that the Chosen Undead can keep coming back. Well, as I said, you need to have the will. And they said that, it doesn't matter if you can keep coming back. The moment you realize you can't kill the Dragonborn, you're going to lose your will, and that can lead to a form of death in Dark Souls, which would apply here in Death Battle. So, and the song. I am in the credits of Death Battle. I'm in the credits of Death Battle. It's great. Oh my gosh. I was doing work last night when this song dropped from Brandon Yates, and he released 2 versions. He released the main version, which is the one they played in the fight, and then he released an acapella version where you can hear the voices more. And I prefer the acapella version. Not biased at all, but both versions are awesome. I can hear myself. Like, that's the trippiest thing. There is actually multiple points where I can hear my voice. If you, for example, if you listen to the song, no, not the fight, because the fight kind of drags it out sometimes. But if you listen to the song, you'll hear Chosen One. That's me. And then when Brandon hits the high lines with shouting from the mountaintops, you'll hear shouting from the mountaintops, and that's me. I'm right under Brandon Yates. Shut up, Double Artemis. So I'm on a binge. It's great. So, but yeah, the song is everything. The whole crew is freaking out in the personal server we had for this. Please listen to the song. And as you saw, it was sponsored by Brandon. The whole thing was sponsored by Brandon Yates. That's so cool. But yes, go get your songs from him. It will be worth it. I promise you that. So, next up, we have our first anime fight of the season, which we all knew was coming. But it is Killua versus Misaka. I have no idea who Misaka is. Actually, let me just look that up. But yeah, so I know Killua is from Hunter x Hunter. So that's a franchise first. Alright, we got Misaka. No, sorry, Misaka. Is it Makoto Misaka? Was that her? That sounds right. Start Magilandex? Okay, maybe I got the wrong one. Either way. It's their first anime fight of the season, so that's going to be really, really cool. And I will look forward to diving into these animes and totally getting their backstories. I'm sure it will not drain my brain at all. Either way. And with that, ending this episode of Todd Talk, what did you think of Chosen Undead versus Dragonborn? Did you like the fight? Did you love the song? Could you hear me in it, ladies and gentlemen? Please say yes. Let me know in the comments below. So, I thank you for watching. As far I know you were listening, and I'll see you around.